Dude, what's going on with this preacher? So, see, so it's my title, it's my truck. I had paid off the truck. Now I like to show receipts on things that I say, because a lot of people out here are saying things and they're not doing what they say. So I like to make sure that I show my receipts when I say things. Now for some people, you know, I'm not finna entertain some people want to see every single week and all this. Like, listen, I don't got time for all that. I try to tell people I don't have a trucking channel, okay? I don't have a trucking channel. It's just a vlog of what I do, okay? And I just share what I do. Now, whatever I'm doing, if that can help you, if that can benefit you, good. If not, I'm not worried about all that, you know? But I'm out here doing things the right way. So when I showed y'all how I make between 6,500 to 6,800, as long as I'm staying out. When I go home, it goes down by $1,000. I make between 55 to 58 because I don't have that extra money inside the load. But when I stay out, I'm doing between 65 and 68. All my bills is predicated on making that money. So I have enough money built up to do what I want to do. People always say, hey, you know, those ain't no rates. Oh, this ain't good per mile. They don't know. One load I may do for $1.86 a mile, and the next load I'm doing is $2.48 a mile. You know, so when you talk about certain miles and certain loads that you're getting, everybody thinks that you're supposed to be at 230, 240, 250 all the time, and it don't work like that. It's not going to work like that. Nobody, if somebody telling you that, they're straight up lying to you. I can just tell you, it's not going to work like that, because sometimes you got to take a lesser paying load to get you to a load that's paying some money. My operating cost is just 94 cents is my operating cost, right? Those are my total controllable costs. These are my fixed rate. It's 94 cents. My adjustable rate is 32 to 36 cents. So that could put me all the way up to $1.26 to $1.30 a mile, right? That I need to operate my business. The reason why the adjustable floats between all that, it mainly is because of fuel. But then some months I have to pay IFTA, I got to pay my KYU. So you got all those other offenses. Then I got my regular business bills that I have to pay sometimes. You know, I got to pay for all my load boards and everything that I'm using as well. So it fluctuates. That's why my adjustable fluctuates all the time. But 94 cents is my fixed cost that I have. Like the proof, it's in the building. I do my receipts. I showed y'all my rate cons and stuff before. I'm not out here to try to prove nothing to nobody. I'm out here to prove stuff for myself, that I can get it done. Every lease is not a bad lease. The lease that you picked may have been a bad lease, but every lease out here is not a bad lease. It's not. Okay, every lease purchase is not a bad lease purchase. The one that some other people picking may be. The one that you pick may be the right one. I did it, and I still make the same amount of money that I was making before. But that's because the lease purchase that I picked, I was able to book my own loads. Okay? And then before I decided to get my own authority, I only had used the brokers that I could use when I first get my authority, just to make sure I'm able to get that 65 to 68. And I did that for almost 6 months, between 4.5 to 6 months. I didn't use nothing but Uber Freight, C.H. Robinson, and TQL. And I did it in the particular lanes that I like to run to make sure I can still do that. So when I got my own authority, I still was running the same lanes, and I still was using C.H. Robinson, TQL, and Uber Freight. So that's how I'm able to maintain on how I do and how I run. Because how I run may be different from how somebody else runs. Okay, the times that I run may be totally different from somebody else's times that they run. So you can't take what people are doing and what they are making and thinking that you're not going to be able to survive off of that, or you're going to be able to survive off of that based off all that. Because unless you're going to imitate exactly what they did to do exactly what they did, and your expenses is exactly just like their expenses, it may not work for you. It may not work for you. Sometimes you got to get help. I say this all the time. I got help from other people that was out here doing things. And I asked for help for some people. Some people replied back to me and helped me out. Some people didn't. Some people forgot to do. But I did it to so many people to make sure I was making the right choices and the right decisions on what I was trying to do. Okay, so I'm happy. One of my goals has been reached, and I want to do this before I start my contract. I have a 7-month contract that starts in October and run throughout April. Okay, that's going to pay me $6,000 a week. 3 loads, $2,000 a load. That's not including 2 other loads to back hauls. This is just the 3 loads a week. Now, my back hauls is coming out of Florida, and that's going to be anywhere between $600 to $750. Those are my back hauls, and that's going to fluctuate as well. Okay, so that's how that works. So how I do things and how I run my business, this is based off of paying for a business consultant, paying for a business attorney, all consulting stuff. This is for talking with my CPA. This is based off of my experience. This is based off of help that I got from other truckers out here. It's based off a whole bunch of stuff, how I do things. Okay, so this is not easy, but if you put it forth to work, you'll be able to do it. Now, this is my second truck, so that I have titles to. So my other one, the insurance company, they took that one. They pretty much took that. Now, technically, the truck is still beat up and towed up at the place. Technically, it's still there, but the insurance company is deciding what they want to do with it. I'm like, hey, maybe I can offer them something for, the engine and the transmission and the differentials and try to sell it. I don't know. But one of my goals, I have 5 months. My authority went active May 2nd, and I wanted to have a trailer and have my truck paid off by the time I start this contract. Now, one of them is done. Now, the goal of having my own trailer, that may be on the back burner because in the last 3 weeks, I done paid over $7,000 in repairs and maintenance. So, and then that's not to mention how much downtime. Downtime was like another $9,000 in gross revenue that I had to cancel because of breakdowns that I had. So that $7,000 was going to go towards a trailer. So, but I got the most important stuff done. I got my truck paid off. That was my most important thing I wanted to do. Okay, the trailer, I already have a trailer. I want to actually buy myself a trailer. The trailer I have is a rental that I'm still paying to run, and basically I keep fixing somebody else's junk to keep running. So I'd rather put money to my own thing. So I'm still going to try to get me a trailer. There's some choices that's out there. And the best choice is not the choice that I really want to make, because I don't want to be riding around with their big logo all over their trailer, which is a Super Ego trailer. But they got trailers for $2,000 down that you could do for 17 months, $1,000 a month, $17,000 for the trailer, right? So I don't really want to do that, but that's the quickest. It'll be the quickest way for me to get my own trailer and start doing what I want. There's another place, but they don't have the trailers for the year that I'm looking for. They got up to 2016. I want like a 2019 or 2020 trailer is what I want. So yeah, so one of my goals is done. Okay, so, and like I said, I started my authority May 2nd, and I did my goal, and that's with me averaging 6,500 to 6,800 a week. Now I didn't do that every week because I went home sometimes, but when I did go home, look at my daughter.
Hi guys.
So I had went home some weeks, only made like 55, but I was still able to pay all my bills, put money back, pay extra money on my truck to get everything down. Like people try to tell me about how I do some of my loads. Oh, there ain't no money. Oh, I did this one in the box truck. That's box truck. Well, that's your box truck prices. Your expenses may not be like my expenses. Okay, y'all didn't see my house. Okay, I got a 5-bedroom, 3 full bathroom, 2-story, 2,700 square foot house. Brand new that I built from scratch. Your expenses may not be my expenses. Okay, but for me, I average every single month. I have always averaged over $2.06 a mile every mile, every single month since I started. Now I may take a load for $1.75. I may take a load for $1.84. I may even took a load for, especially getting out of Florida. It was like $1.36 getting up out of Florida. Okay, but it's getting me to another place where the next load I'm gonna pick up is paying me $2.40 something cents a mile, $2.30 something cents a mile. At the end of the week, you go by the average. Okay, and this is other thing. People getting out here and they don't know nothing about business. And you think as long as you keep every single load up under here, you're gonna be all right. It's based off of the average. My bills come monthly. So what am I doing for the month? Okay, what am I doing for the month? If you take a load for $1.84, but the next load that you took is for $2.20 for the same amount of miles that you just did, guess what your average now? $2.02 a mile. So just because you took a light paying load now, it doesn't mean by the end of the week you're gonna be down at that particular rate. Okay, it's pure simple mathematics, 8th grade math. Matter of fact, my daughter is doing division and multiplication. It's what she's doing. Jada, take my black sandals and put it inside the garage. So again, like I say, my life and how I live, I'm okay. So I don't know how other people out there doing things, but y'all need to, if y'all gonna listen to somebody who's actually showing you some things and trying to help. Listen to somebody who showing you proof of what they are saying, not people who's not showing you any proof of what they're saying. All right. If I could do it, y'all could do it. Remember that. See Dallas just go. Y'all take it easy.